After Jungkook attended the world-class friendship event and looked stunning sometime after Jungkook returned home, he updated his Insta story on Instagram. Just a short, simple video, but enough to make the whole fandom pause and say, "That's Jungkook, really." His greeting was warm, his expression relaxed, but there was something bigger behind that little moment, a symbol that even after performing at such a big event, Jungkook still chose to greet his fans in the most simple and personal way possible. But that's not the only discussion. Until now, the topic of the outfit Jungkook wore in world-class friendship is still the subject of endless chatter in cyberspace. Whether on Twitter, TikTok, to international fashion forums, all agreed. Jungkook's style that night was not just clothes. It was a statement, a moment that reaffirms who Jungkook really is in the world of global entertainment. Simple but shatters expectations. Jungkook's style at the world-class friendship event that night did seem simple to the non-observant eye. A satin black shirt with a minimalist cut, tailored fit pants that fall perfectly on the ankles, and glossy black shoes with a shine that is not excessive, but for those who follow the evolution of Jungkook's style, it's no coincidence. That's another form of Jungkook's signature meticulousness, how he knows exactly when to appear majestic and when to appear calm but still bite. Jungkook seems to be playing between two worlds, a high-end fashion world full of rules and a private world where self-expression is everything. Every detail of her outfit carries a message, from the satin material that reflects the stage light, creating a soft, liquid effect on the camera, to the thin accessory on the wrist that is visible only if you look closely. It was not just clothes, but a reflection of character. Jungkook seemed to say, without speaking, "I don't need a lot of attributes to look classy." That's why netizens around the world are fixated not only because of his good looks, but because of the accuracy of the concept. He does not insist on striking, but remains the center of attention. This is the Jungkook effect, a phenomenon that wasn't designed, but feels natural. In the fashion world, this strategy is called effortless dominance, and Jungkook plays it perfectly. Insta story that stops the world. A few hours after the event, the timeline of armies around the world changed completely. Jungkook uploaded an Insta story, a short video that lasted just a few seconds, but was enough to make the name Jungkook Instagram immediately trending. In the video, she appears still wearing the same outfit from the event, sitting relaxed in her chair, with warm room lighting. No exaggerated poses, no flashy filters, but the way he looks at the camera, then smiles quietly before saying, "Hi, Army," that alone is enough to make fans in various parts of the world feel like they are being addressed directly. There is a simplicity that actually feels expensive. It was not about visuals per se, but about presence. Jungkook always knew how to present himself, even without being on stage. And that moment became evident. In a matter of minutes, the videos are captured, repeated, re-uploaded, and dissected one by one. Fans began to pay attention to details. A small bracelet on the wrist, reflections of light in a satin shirt, to the expression of tired-looking but warm eyes. Not just because they admire the visuals, but because they know that's Jungkook's most human side, a world superstar who still remembers to say hello, in the simplest way. Fashion, charisma, and a global phenomenon that never stops. Which makes Jungkook's performance in world-class friendship a legend, not just because of who's in attendance or how grand the stage is, but because of the way it combines fashion, charisma, and simplicity in one whole package that is inimitable. The fashion world noted Jungkook not as a stylish idol, but as a style icon who shapes the narrative. Because Jungkook's style doesn't just follow trends, he creates new trends from the way he walks, From the way he looks at the camera, even from the way he greets fans through Instastory. Within days of the event, various digital fashion magazines, such as Vogue, Korea, GQ, Japan, and Dazed, highlighted her outfit. They wrote an analysis of how Jungkook managed to turn his black-on-black look interpretation into something alive and emotive. Netizens referred to the style as quiet luxury, a trend that now dominates the fashion world, and Jungkook came up with its clearest definition. But outside of the fashion world, there's something bigger going on. Talk about how Jungkook can stay humble amid such a massive popularity scale. Many have compared her to Western celebrities, where even after performing at a big event, they rarely show such a personal side on social media. Jungkook is just the opposite. He knows how much the relationship he maintains with the army means. There was something different about the way Jungkook carried himself at every turn. But the night at World Class Friendship felt like the culmination of all the best versions of him. You don't have to scream to make the room quiet. It is not necessary to appear conspicuous to master attention. As soon as he stepped onto the stage, the lights seemed to know where to focus. The viewer's gaze switches involuntarily. The camera pans with natural reflexes, and the atmosphere changes completely. This is not just the effect of a star, but the effect of an aura. An aura that no stylist, makeup artist, or lighting crew can create. That aura grew out of the consistency, dedication, and honesty of a Jungkook who always came out with the most authentic version of himself. As she sang on the show, her live voice was clear, steady, and full of control. There were no exaggerated stage gimmicks. Only Jungkook, the microphone, and the energy enveloped the entire room. The guests from the international entertainment circle looked transfixed. The camera captured the moment when some of them even stood up to applaud before the song ended. A rare honor at a cross-cultural event like this. And offstage, Jungkook's effect continues. Backstage, staff and media noted how Jungkook did not show a diva attitude like many other major artists. He greeted the crew one by one, thanked the lighting director, and even joked a little with the sound director. Small details like this often go unnoticed by the public, but this is what builds the legend of a Jungkook. He is not only a professional on stage, but also a humble man behind the scenes. That is why everyone who has worked with him almost always says the same thing. He has a calming energy. It's no surprise that global brands such as Calvin Klein, Versace, and Bulgari are vying for a relationship with him because they know that Jungkook is not just the face of a campaign, but a rare representation of character in the modern world. Sincere, consistent, and charismatic without effort. The Instastory moment of the night was a perfect continuation of the stage aura. Imagine having just appeared at a big event. All the media cameras are still warm with flashlights, but Jungkook chooses to go home, sit in his room, and greet fans through a simple video, not in the style of a celebrity full of staging, but completely spontaneous. Even her hair was still a little messy due to the wind outside the venue. That's Jungkook always presenting himself without a mask. The moment went viral not just because he's a superstar, but because he presented something rare in the digital age: authenticity. Fans responded with thousands of warm-hearted comments, many writing, "He knew we were waiting," or "He never made ARMY feel far away." Each word signifies a two-way emotional connection that has been established over the years, not because of marketing, but because of mutual trust. At international forums, media analysts even discussed the effects of Jungkook's social communication. He has been called one of the most effective public figures in building digital engagement, without the need for a paid strategy. All organic. With just a 10-second video, Jungkook created an engagement rate that beat the big brands. This phenomenon is called the Jungkook effect, a term that is now often used in the global media industry. And interestingly, this effect isn't limited to the fanbase alone. Many people outside the fandom came to talk about her performance that night, then drifted to her Insta story, then became new admirers. That's Jungkook's circle of influence. Once touched, it's hard to look away. To this day, her outfit in World-Class Friendship is still the subject of fashion stylist analysis on TikTok and YouTube. Many have tried to deconstruct her look, from the texture of the fabric, the tone of her skin tone that matches the stage lighting, to the way she combines formality with the impression of effortless. But if you look deeper, it's not just a visual calculation. There is a philosophy behind Jungkook's style choices. He always wears something that adapts to the situation without losing his identity. She can be bold on the Calvin Klein stage, but modest at events like World-Class Friendship. This is the flexibility of a true entertainer. And interestingly, behind all that analysis, many fans realized one thing. Jungkook wasn't just performing at the event, he was living the event. That is, as soon as he is present, the narrative of events instantly shifts. The world is no longer talking about who is performing with him, but what Jungkook is wearing, how he sings, and how he smiles at the end of the show. That's the power of character. An individual who is able to turn momentum into his own without having to seize it. In the modern entertainment world, where public image is often shaped by strategy, Jungkook builds his influence through spontaneity and integrity. He is not a star born for the spotlight, but for the authenticity that makes every spotlight feel appropriate. And amid the hustle and bustle of the digital world, where everyone strives to be seen, Jungkook reminds us that sometimes the most interesting are the most honest. Because behind the sumptuous outfits and grand stages, what captivates the world is not luxury, but the authenticity that shines through in all of it. The night of World-Class Friendship is over, but the effect is still felt. Until now, netizens are still uploading video pieces from various angles, discussing the best camera angles, comparing Jungkook's expressions before and after performing, and making small theories about the meaning behind his smile. And the funny thing is, all of that was done not because they were hungry for gossip, but because they really wanted to understand how a Jungkook could make such a small moment feel so big. That's why the story doesn't stop here. Because Jungkook's every move, whether on stage, behind the camera, or in a 10-second Insta story, always leaves one thing in common, an impression that will never go away. If we go deeper, Jungkook's outfit at the event can be said to be clean aesthetic, which is almost perfect. Black satin shirt with a minimalist cut, without excessive details. But under the glare of the warm gold event lights, the satin fabric reflects light gently, creating a fluid-like feeling that moves every time Jungkook steps. This effect of liquid silhouette is not accidental. This is a visual technique often used on the runway to create the illusion of natural movement on the body. The difference is that in Jungkook's body, this effect feels like a part of him, not a forced costume. With a proportional body and an always upright but relaxed stage posture, the outfit looks lively. The audience didn't realize that what made the outfit interesting was not the cut, but how Jungkook wore it. This is what fashion analysts call embodiment power, a person's ability to make fashion feel like an extension of their personality. And not only that, Jungkook balances satin luxury with tailored cut black pants that fall right at his ankles. This is not a small detail. In the fashion world, The fall of the pants determines the overall visual composition of the body. He decided not to wear a belt, making his silhouette more refined. The shoes she chose, black leather formal shoes with a semi-square toe, made her body proportions look longer without sacrificing comfort of movement. It wasn't the usual idol style, it was the style of a performer who understood body structure and lighting. It knows where the light will fall and how the fabric will react in the camera. All of that shows an incredible visual understanding. And this is where Jungkook differs from most other celebrities. Many major artists leave all their fashion decisions to stylists or brand partners. But Jungkook is known to always discuss visual concepts before performing. He knows that clothing is not only a matter of aesthetics, but also narrative. Behind every look, there is always an idea that he wants to communicate. For example, at previous events, she often played with modern streetwear styles, oversized jackets, denim or chunky shoes, but this time he chose the concept of refined simplicity. For Jungkook, it's not just a change of style. It was a transition from the image of young idol to global icon, and the world is aware of it. Fans, of course, did not stand still. They start doing a fashion investigation, guessing the brand of clothes Jungkook wears. Some find that similar satin fabrics come from French fashion houses. There are also those who believe that the pants are from an independent Korean brand that is on the rise. But the more theories appeared, the greater the mysterious aura around his appearance. Jungkook created a new trend involuntarily: anonymous luxury, a concept in which luxury fashion does not need to show the label because its beauty and quality speak for themselves. And now, many other celebrities, even from Hollywood, are starting to follow in that direction. But one thing is certain: Jungkook started it first.